here's a stat that says it all about the youngest generation. Of all Americans between the ages of 2 and 20, a jaw-dropping 73% have a video game console. Not even millennials can match that, says new data from the Nielsen Company. So, when the overwhelming trend in games leans toward dazzling spectacle, what hope is there for a dusty relic from the drawing rooms of past centuries? Well, you might be surprised.
Let's go, everybody. Come on in.
So here's the thing. It is super popular. Millions of people love it. The best of the best line up to play it. And so they did last week in Toronto at an elite level championship tournament. But here's the other thing. It gets little respect outside of this crowd. Or at least not the respect it used to get. What's the it in all of this? A card game. Surely you've heard of it. Bridge.
Let's go in. Let's go.
Our tour guide today, bridge enthusiast and event official, Dan Storch.
Yes. Hey, Murray. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm bringing here the CBC, the TV. They want to check your room.
Fantastic. Come in, guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
Backstage at the North American Bridge Championships is where the cards are shuffled and set for the matches. And there are more cards than you'd ever imagine.
We prepare up to 200 sets, so that is about 7,200 boards per day. So that's about 370,000 cards per day.
You heard him. 370,000 cards to be played per day.
What a lifesaver, though. Hey?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It will start them in about 7 seconds.
Wow. Not bad for a game/sport that you probably thought only your grandparents played. In Toronto last week, there was plenty of evidence this is serious stuff.
Game time, everybody. Let's go.
Thousands came to play a game that enthralls all who dive in, yet manages to mystify almost everyone else. Bill Gates, yes, the Bill Gates played in this tourney. In his mid-level event, he finished second. And you see, that's the thing. You could be one of the smartest guys in the world, and in this sport, you've always got stuff to learn. That's a big part of the appeal. Toronto journalist and bridge fanatic Jordan Himmelfarb.
Bridge is an endless supply of very difficult puzzles. There's something like 635 billion possible bridge hands, each of which can be played in countless ways. And so you never run out of puzzles, and solving them is more satisfying because you do it against the odds together. That's the sort of amazing, unique thing about bridge.
Wow. This
Yeah.
is like where the serious stuff happens, right?
Yes.
In this room, it's the best of the best, playing not for cash prizes, but for bridge glory.
So people in China can...
Do we have to scram or
Huh?
do we have to get out of here?
No.
So, cameras carefully watch for cheating. Every move is recorded. Every card played is transmitted. He's doing play-by-play for eager eyes around the world.
This is an interesting take because you have the book-graph. So people in China, for example, can see online.
People are watching online in China what goes on here?
Well, they will go to this online website, and actually we have commentators, like you have in baseball.
Really?
It's amazing,
That's
yes.
hardcore, man.
It's a great way to learn which to perfect your game.
Suffice to say, amid the poker faces, stress levels are high.
How would you describe the level of tension then as it whittles down to the champion?
Yeah, competition is extreme.
If by now you're wondering what the heck is going on, you're not alone. Though you may be surprised to learn that once upon a time, bridge effectively ruled the pastime world.
Sometimes there'd be a little bridge game.
Movie stars and high society and, truth be told, pretty much everyone else couldn't get enough of it. Filmmaker John McAllister has put together a documentary on the game.
You rough out the puck and then exit hard you're making.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Clean
just
9/3 offside.
And yes, the film premiered last week in Toronto.
When we were doing research for our film, one of the things that we discovered was, and I don't know if this statistic is correct or not, but that there were more articles on the cover of the New York Times about bridge than there were about World War I or II. Like, it was that popular.
How about playing some bridge? You play bridge? I think it's a little.
Indeed, in its heyday, bridge was a pop culture icon.
Championship bridge? With Charles Collins.
But then came color TV, then the internet, then iPhones, and somewhere along the way, young people just kind of moved on. Today, while still popular, the average age of those who play it is, to be generous, not young. Or so you'd think.
This is the future of bridge, right?
Yes. Every summer we have a youth tournament.
Among those playing in Toronto last week, a wildly enthusiastic younger set, vying simply to have some fun. A crowd the bridge world is courting hard if the game is to survive.
It has diamond, spades, heart, club on it. I don't know, bridge has that.
To young people, the question, in today's hyper-speed world of online video gaming, isn't this just a bit dull?
No, of course not. It may look boring, but it's hard to explain, but you have to put so much mental energy into playing bridge. It's like having a marathon for your mind.
And in a sense, that is the attraction. It's what everyone told us. The game is so complicated, so hard, that the fun is in simply trying to get better at it.
Since my wife and I have become obsessed with this game over the last 2 years, we've tried many times to convince our friends that it's a good idea with absolutely no success. Because it takes quite a bit of work before it's fun at all. Now, once it becomes fun, it immediately becomes very profoundly fun.
So I notice in here it's very quiet.
Yes, so people take the game seriously when they're competing, even at all levels.
And so it goes. Concentration mounts. Kibitzing amid the muttering, how the heck did I lose that one? Remember that documentary? Some of those who starred in it as young bridge players are still hard at it as slightly older bridge players here in Toronto.
The game is a little bit like chess in that it's strategic. You have bidding and then play. So testing your skills against other players who are very good, have their own strengths.
Even the best players in the world are still always improving and always learning and seeing something new. And that's something you don't see in a lot of other games, and something that is that bridge is just phenomenal for, and part of why I love it.
Bottom line seems to me to be, if you love cards, but you don't know anything about bridge, you'll probably love bridge.
Oh yeah, if you're a card player, bridge is the ultimate card game. There's no other.
And so they played. Those who love bridge had a blast. A game from the ages for the ages, with an inner pledge by all who came, they'll do better next time.
I learned a lot on that story, but I still don't know how to play the game. Coming up, a